Namaskaram. Is there anything illegal going on in the ashram? Well, a few weeks ago, one of my friends, well, not friends, one of my YouTube viewers, he messaged me on Instagram asking me, is there anything going on such like sex racket thing? I said, what? And then I asked that, where did you get this from? Like, where did you heard it? So she said, I heard it from Instagram or Instagram. Somewhere people are saying it. I asked which people. Now she did not have any idea about which people are saying it. It's not about her only, but nobody knows who are these people are saying all these things about Isha Foundation. So far there have been many allegations that people have put on Isha Foundation, but they have not been able to prove any one of it. The previous video that I put on Instagram or on YouTube was on political aspect, was on about the allegations aspect. It was mostly about political conversion and all that stuff. And I got around 100 views on that. Whenever I put something about spirituality, I got 1,000 views on it, and I get it because people are here not to learn about politics, but to learn about the spirituality and grow themselves. These are the main intention of people. But there is one more thing that you need to keep in mind, that whenever you are associated with this foundation, you are learning some kriyas, you are doing some sadhanas of it. So here and there people are going to ask so many questions to use, accuse Sadhguru of various things. Somebody, if you meet and that person says Sadhguru is wife murder, and then you'll have no idea to answer what to answer on it, because within yourself you also might feel like maybe there would be something that I might not know. If you do not hear what I'm saying or do not try to find out the truth about all these things, it will impact you as well, and you will not be able to defend what you believe in, what you know exactly to be truth, because deep within yourself even you know that there is nothing going on in the ashram. But since everybody is saying that, you might also start feeling like, how could there be a smoke without fire? They might put allegations like Isha is killing people and burying them or burning them in their own cremation grounds. So if you want to go more deeper into this aspect, you would ask this question to yourself, but who is Isha? There is no particular person whose name is Isha. Like, you cannot find one particular person who is Isha. All these people together make a foundation, and they do not come here, they have not come here to do any kinds of illegal stuff. They are coming here to focus on their spiritual sadhana, focus on the spiritual growth only. So when these kinds of people come together, they focus on the aspect which can be done better in the society, not how to ruin the society. But eventually all these things comes up because of there's other community, there's other party, there's a whole lot of thing that is going on behind the scene, who are constantly putting these allegations. But you might also think, which I used to think at one point, is that what's the point of putting all these allegations, because there is no point that they can prove all these things, because there's nothing going wrong in the ashram. So constantly they're like filing cases against Isha Foundation, and constantly they're doing stuff. But since we are winning all the cases, I feel like, what's the point? What's the problem? There's no problem, because you are clean. But there is the problem that doesn't come in the front, which is setting the narrative. What setting the narrative essentially means is, when people are constantly talk about one particular thing again and again, people start believing it. Now it doesn't matter, it has to be the truth. It's like every single time you might have seen that whenever something wrong comes up about Isha Foundation or something, mostly all the news channel, all the newspapers, all the YouTube videos, and various other things also, they take interest on it, because there are organizations, other communities who constantly look for this opportunity and try to fund this small creator, big creator in many different medium through which they can spread this message, because it helps them in many different ways in the aspect of politics. When we talk about politics, narration or narrative, setting narratives makes a huge difference. I was also trying to talk about one aspect, that when you watch any kinds of series like Ashram, like sexual things happen in the sex rackets happen in the ashram, they feed them something bullshit, drugs trafficking, or all these kinds of nonsense things happens inside the ashram. And these are the reasons why whenever they are filing case against any particular ashram, these are the idea that they are getting inside their mind, then they are just throwing all it out. So essentially what is happening is, when the allegations are happening, they are making sure that all the news media channels and everybody is covering it. But when we are countering it, when we are winning the cases against all these allegations, at that particular point of time, barely any media is covering it. The people who are a die-hard supporter of Sadhguru, these are the people who are only covering it, who are only talking about it. Even I barely talk about all these things, because for us, how it be like, yes, we won, that's all that matter. But essentially what happens is, negative narrative remains in the society. It doesn't go away. For example, the elephant corridor thing or land encroachment thing, these are the things that are constantly happening till now as well in the social media, and people who are getting to know about Isha Foundation, and they're somewhere here and there they're getting to know about all these things are happening. But long ago only all these things has been cleared, and there have been documents who are already uploaded in the Isha Foundation page. If you go out and you can check it out, all these things are there are completely clean sheet about Isha Foundation and Isha Foundation, that Isha Foundation did anything wrong about a land encroachment or elephant corridor thing. These are the all bullshit allegations that was there. But since whoever new comes to this new comes to know about Isha Foundation or Sadhguru, when they hear all these videos that have been all uploaded in the past, which are mostly focusing on the allegations, people start believing on it, because there are not enough videos which are talking about the counter aspect of these allegations. We do not have enough community, or we do not have any content out on social media which are clarifying all these issues on social media. So these are the biggest problem that we are facing right now. So now my intention is not to blame any particular community. Definitely there are two ways we can clarify these narratives. One, by talking about it on the against of it, that somebody if saying this is the thing that is happening in the Isha, you can't say this is not the thing that is happening in the Isha, but saying merely that this is not the thing that is happening is not good enough. So what essentially you have to do is you have to set up the good narratives about Isha Foundation, and that's the only way to counter about it, because constantly they will talk about all this nonsense and without proving all these things. But when only you can be able to talk about the good things that they are doing, it will affect people's mind in a much different way. So this is what much important, that constantly if you are going through any particular program in Isha Foundation, if you are going through any particular transformation, anything that is happening within you, I would recommend you to keep sharing it on social media, because all the things when you share it helps people to understand that what Isha is offering could help them as well. Many people are facing similar challenges that you are facing. Many people are facing similar challenges that I am facing, and constantly I am talking about all these things. People do understand it, people do relate to it, and it helps them in many different ways, and this is what we are striving for. But there is one more thing that remains, which Isha Foundation did not do yet, was countering back. When somebody is putting allegation, when somebody is putting any kind of video on social media trying to defame Isha Foundation never used to counter it by defamation cases, because this is not the intention of the Inter Foundation. Inter Foundation is completely focusing on the aspect of how we can enhance this human consciousness. But eventually these are the people who are constantly trying to pull down all the good works that Isha Foundation has been doing. So that is why recently they have put one case against one Tamil creator who was constantly was trying to defame Isha Foundation and Sadhguru. So that is why they have put one defamation case. So one thing that people must start realizing, that it's not an organization who constantly keeps on wasting their energy in fighting with others just to clear their narratives, but it is also an organization who can defend itself when there is such kind of situation is going to come. So if some particular person is constantly defaming Isha Foundation, that will be definitely in future Isha Foundation going to retaliate with some certain answers, some certain ways, and this is something people are not want to face. So this is what I wanted to share with you in this particular video. Share whatever the changes or transformations that you are going through on social media, on YouTube, on Twitter or Instagram. Constantly keeps on sharing, constantly share the outreach projects that we are doing, be it Save Soil, Kaveri Calling, FPOs, be it Isha Vidya. All these projects creates a huge difference in a society, Gramo Sabham. So all these things creates huge difference in the society, and this is the society that we are striving to create, where people are going to live happily and joyfully without just pulling each other's down. Everybody should uplift everybody else. So this is what we want to create, but eventually it needs support of everybody. Thank you so much for watching.